Hey, college football fans, are you ready to relive one of the most exhilarating games of the season? We just witnessed an absolute thriller in Lexington, a game that will be talked about for years to come. The #1 Georgia Bulldogs held off a fierce challenge from the Kentucky Wildcats in a showdown that had fans on the edge of their seats. This SEC clash had all the makings of an instant classic, and boy, did it deliver. The intensity, the drama, the sheer athleticism on display, it was everything you could hope for in a college football game. From the opening kickoff to the final whistle, the energy inside Kroger Field was electric. The fans were loud, passionate, and fully engaged, creating an atmosphere that was nothing short of spectacular. Kentucky, looking to make a statement against the reigning national champions, came out swinging. They were aggressive, focused, and determined to prove they could compete with the best, landing some early blows that had the home crowd roaring. The Wildcats set the tone for a hard-fought battle. Their offense was clicking, and their defense was relentless. The Wildcats played with incredible heart and determination, pushing Georgia to the brink. Every play was a test of will, and neither team was willing to back down. But in the end, the Bulldogs' championship pedigree shone through. They showed why they are the reigning national champions, displaying poise and resilience under pressure. They dug deep, weathered the storm, and showed why they're the team to beat in college football. Their ability to stay composed and execute in critical moments was truly impressive. Let's break down the key moments and turning points that made this game one for the ages. From clutch plays to game-changing decisions, every aspect of this matchup was a testament to the skill and determination of both teams. Remember to subscribe to ESPN College Game Day for more in-depth analysis and highlights. We'll be diving into the strategies, the standout performances, and the unforgettable moments that defined this epic clash. Stay tuned, because you won't want to miss a single detail of this incredible game. The game started with a bang as Kentucky's special teams executed a perfect kickoff, pinning Georgia deep in their own territory. This set the stage for a defensive battle early on. Both defenses were relentless, with each team making crucial stops and forcing turnovers. The intensity on the field was palpable, and every yard gained was hard-fought. As the game progressed, the offenses began to find their rhythm. Georgia's quarterback showcased his arm strength with a series of deep passes, while Kentucky's wide receivers made some spectacular catches. The running game was also a key factor, with both teams' running backs breaking through the line and making big plays. The crowd erupted in cheers with every successful run, adding to the electric atmosphere. The coaches played a crucial role in this game, making strategic adjustments and motivating their players. Their leadership was evident in the way both teams responded to adversity. One of the turning points came late in the third quarter when Georgia managed to score a crucial touchdown, taking the lead and shifting the momentum in their favor. The players celebrated in the end zone, knowing they had taken a significant step towards victory. The fans were a story in themselves, with their reactions capturing the highs and lows of the game. From the joy of a touchdown to the agony of a missed opportunity, their emotions mirrored the drama unfolding on the field. As the final whistle blew, both teams showed great sportsmanship, shaking hands and acknowledging each other's efforts. It was a fitting end to a game that showcased the best of college football. In the end, this game will be remembered not just for the final score, but for the incredible effort and passion displayed by both teams. It was a true testament to the spirit of competition and the love of the game. Don't forget to subscribe to ESPN College Game Day for more in-depth analysis and highlights of this and other thrilling games. We'll be here to bring you all the action, insights, and excitement from the world of college football. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Kentucky wasted no time showing they weren't intimidated by the top-ranked Bulldogs. From the moment they stepped onto the field, you could sense their determination and focus. The Wildcats had a game plan, and they were ready to execute it to perfection. They came out firing on all cylinders, with a level of intensity that was palpable. Every player knew their role, and they were committed to making every play count. With quarterback Will Levis making some impressive throws early on, it was clear that Kentucky's offense was in sync. Levis showcased his arm strength and accuracy, threading the needle on several key passes. Their offensive line gave Levis time to find his receivers, and the Wildcats marched down the field with confidence. The protection was solid, allowing Levis to survey the field and make smart decisions. Kentucky drew first blood, capping off a long drive with a touchdown. The execution was flawless, and the team celebrated their early success with enthusiasm. The crowd erupted, and you could feel the momentum shifting in their favor. The energy in the stadium was electric, as fans cheered and waved their team colors proudly. Georgia looked a little stunned, like they weren't expecting this kind of fight from the Wildcats. The Bulldogs, known for their dominance, were caught off guard by Kentucky's relentless drive and determination. It was a wake-up call for Georgia, and they knew they had a battle on their hands. The Wildcats' coaching staff had clearly done their homework, preparing their team for every possible scenario. Their strategy was paying off, and the players were executing it to perfection. The communication on the field was seamless, with everyone on the same page. On the defensive side, Kentucky was just as impressive. They were aggressive, making key tackles and disrupting Georgia's offensive rhythm. The Wildcats' defense was a force to be reckoned with, and they were determined to keep the Bulldogs at bay. As the first quarter came to a close, the Wildcats had made a statement. They were here to compete, and they weren't backing down. The fans were loving every moment, and the team fed off that energy, ready to take on whatever challenges lay ahead. Georgia, on the other hand, had to regroup and adjust their game plan. They knew they couldn't underestimate Kentucky, and they had to find a way to counter the Wildcats' intensity. The stage was set for an epic showdown, and both teams were ready to leave it all on the field. But champions have a way of responding to adversity. When the going gets tough, the tough get going, and that's exactly what we witnessed on the field today. Georgia, unfazed by the early deficit, answered back with a touchdown of their own. The crowd erupted as the Bulldogs showcased their resilience and determination. This crucial touchdown was courtesy of a powerful run by their star tight end, Brock Bowers. His athleticism and strength were on full display as he bulldozed through the defense. The Bulldogs' offense started to find its rhythm, leaning on their dominant offensive line to create holes for their running backs. The offensive line's coordination and power were instrumental in gaining those crucial yards. The first half was a back-and-forth affair, with both teams trading blows like prize fighters. Each possession was a battle, with neither team willing to give an inch. Kentucky's defense came to play, making life difficult for Georgia quarterback Stetson Bennett. They applied relentless pressure, forcing him to make quick decisions and disrupting the Bulldogs' offensive flow. The Wildcats flew to the ball, delivering some big hits that got their fans fired up. The energy in the stadium was electric, with every tackle and defensive stop igniting the crowd. The atmosphere was intense, with both teams feeding off the energy of their supporters. Coaches on the sidelines were animated, giving instructions and making adjustments to counter the opposition's strategies. Key plays were replayed on the big screen, each one met with roars of approval or groans of disappointment from the fans. The first half was a roller coaster of emotions, with momentum swinging back and forth. As the first half came to a close, both teams gathered for a final huddle. Coaches delivered passionate pep talks, reminding their players of the importance of every play and the need to stay focused. The players walked off the field to the sound of cheering fans, the scoreboard reflecting the hard-fought battle that had just taken place. The stage was set for an equally thrilling second half. With the sun setting over the stadium, the anticipation for the second half was palpable. Fans waved flags and chanted, ready to support their teams through the next phase of this epic contest. Both teams returned to the field, warming up and strategizing for the challenges ahead. The first half had set the tone, and now it was time to see who would emerge victorious in this dogfight. At halftime, the score was deadlocked. Both coaching staffs retreated to their locker rooms to make adjustments. The pressure was on, and the second half promised to be just as intense as the first. Would Kentucky be able to keep pace with the defending champs? Or would Georgia's experience and talent prove to be too much? We were about to find out. Section 5. Second half surge. Georgia's defense stands tall. The second half began with a defensive slugfest. Both teams' defenses tightened up, making it difficult to move the ball. The game became a battle of field position, with punters and kickers playing a crucial role. But as the game wore on, Georgia's defense started to take control. Their defensive line, led by Jalen Carter, began to dominate the line of scrimmage, putting pressure on Levis and shutting down Kentucky's running game. Section 6. Bennett's brilliance leading the charge. With the defense holding strong, Stetson Bennett rose to the occasion. He made some clutch throws, connecting with his receivers for big gains. Bennett showed poise and leadership, silencing any doubters who questioned his ability to lead the Bulldogs. His performance was a testament to his growth as a quarterback. He didn't let the pressure get to him, and he delivered when it mattered most. Section 7. Kentucky's ground game grinds to a halt. Kentucky's offense, which had been so effective in the first half, struggled to get anything going in the second. Georgia's defense completely shut down their running game, forcing the Wildcats to become one-dimensional. Levis, under constant pressure, was forced to make quick decisions, and the Bulldogs' secondary capitalized with some key interceptions. Section 8. A hard-fought victory. Georgia remains undefeated. In the end, Georgia's championship medal proved to be too much for Kentucky to overcome. The Bulldogs' defense stood tall, and their offense did just enough to secure a hard-fought victory. It wasn't always pretty, but a win is a win, especially on the road against a tough SEC opponent. This game showed that Georgia is beatable, but it also showed their resilience and their ability to win close games. Section 9. Implications for the Bulldogs' championship aspirations. This win keeps Georgia undefeated and firmly on track for another national championship run. They proved they can handle adversity and win on the road against a quality opponent, showcasing their resilience. However, they know they can't afford to let their guard down, even for a moment. The SEC is a gauntlet, and there are plenty of tough games ahead, each one a potential challenge. Section 10. What's next for Georgia and Kentucky? Georgia will look to continue their winning ways next week against next opponent, while Kentucky will try to bounce back against next opponent. This game was a reminder that anything can happen on any given Saturday in the SEC. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to ESPN College Game Day for more college football coverage.